Hey, what's up, everyone? Jack79 here, and I'm sure by now today you have heard that some major news has hit Disneyland in California, not Walt Disney World. Keep that in mind. Starting in April of this year, having a major overhaul to the overall theming of Galaxy's Edge. We are moving on from the Disney Star Wars trilogy featuring Rey, Kylo Ren, Poe Dameron, Finn, so on and so forth, and we are moving back to the original George Lucas trilogy with Luke, Han, and Leia, with also having some theming from the Anakin Skywalker trilogy as well. This is very, very cool. For myself personally, the Anakin Skywalker trilogy is where I originally fell in love with Star Wars, where the Luke Skywalker trilogy definitely solidified it. I mean, for the most part, I enjoyed the Rey, Kylo Ren saga. Definitely not the best. I was happy to see that story continue, but what they did to some of the core characters, specifically Luke, I was not a fan of it at all whatsoever. So to try to see Disney maybe finally realize that if they want to make some more money from this franchise, then they need to take it back to its roots and garner the fan base of what started the phenomenon in the first place. Now, for fans of the Disney trilogy, that's definitely not saying that those core characters are not going away forever. You will still be able to see Rey walking around the area and meeting guests. You will still be able to hang out with Rey on the Rise of the Resistance, the main attraction from Galaxy's Edge. As we know, Smuggler's Run is going to be changing here soon to reflect The Mandalorian and Grogu, to help promote the movie that is coming out soon. I'm definitely excited for that. But I will say that Kylo Ren, apparently the character that walks around, is going away forever. So if you ever wanted to meet Kylo Ren in Galaxy's Edge, now is the time to do so. Don't miss out, because from what we are understanding, at least from what I've seen, it is going away forever. It is to be replaced with Darth Vader. Seems the storyline is to replicate what we see from the original trilogy. Darth Vader is looking for Luke Skywalker, his son, to turn him to the dark side, obviously. So he is going to be interacting with guests. He's going to be walking around with stormtroopers. And the interaction is going to be, have you seen Luke Skywalker? And when you see Luke and Leia and Han, probably going to be trying to gather up the Rebel Alliance, which for the kids that don't know the whole story, is essentially the old school version of the Resistance. So Jesus Christ. It certainly took Disney long enough to replicate these changes. However, from a business perspective, I do understand. Galaxy's Edge was originally opened up to us during the Skywalker saga with Rey and Kylo Ren and Luke, so on and so forth. So definitely seems like the best time as ever to maybe try to revert back to that original trilogy, try to regarner that fan base, especially since the Rey saga kind of split the fan base down the middle. I don't know, just in case you were not for sure, yeah, it absolutely did. I'm kind of that weird Star Wars fan where I can find enjoyment out of all of the Star Wars content, even though there is some skirmishes like The Last Jedi. I absolutely despise that 1000%. But other than that, the majority of the other Disney projects I got some enjoyment out of, other than the Acolyte. Haha. Ultimately, though, to see them revert back to the original trilogy with Luke, Han, and Leia, and Darth Vader definitely puts a smile on my face for sure. Also, some little small tweaks and changes. You're also going to see the original soundtrack created by John Williams make its debut in Galaxy's Edge as well, where obviously the soundtrack that we're listening to right now is more from the Kylo Ren saga and Rey saga. For now, like, it should be starting sometime in summer. I think that's the report that I read. You're going to hear those more original soundtracks from the first 6 movies. It's going to change one of the cantinas, the original cantina band, that iconic theme. So you can look forward to hearing that. I'm pretty excited about that one myself. If I'm being honest with myself, this is certainly not a huge change. Definitely not a life-changing, grasping change like the Villain's Land coming to Magic Kingdom, or Pistol Pete, or the Encanto attraction coming to Animal Kingdom, or Indiana Jones. Definitely not anything of that magnitude, but definitely if you're a Disney Parks fan, and a Star Wars fan equally, like myself, even though Disney Parks a little bit more. But if you have a strong passion for both of the franchises separately, this is a really cool nod for original 70s to 90s fans that really enjoyed the original characters. So, because obviously, the original characters kind of got some shine in the new Disney trilogy, but unless you went back and watched the Luke Skywalker saga, you really just don't understand the scope of what kind of a hero he actually was and how menacing of a villain Darth Vader was, for sure. It's not by accident that Darth Vader is the most iconic villain of all time. Did I just say that? Yeah, I did. I think it's easy to say that Darth Vader is still to this day the most iconic villain of all time, even more so than DC's Joker. So to see Disney World putting more forth of an effort to give these characters their due diligence within the Star Wars themed land, Galaxy's Edge, it's cool, man. It definitely puts a smile on my face for sure. Now, in saying all that, there's definitely, without its quips and quirms and nitpicks that I have to point out, why is this coming to Disneyland and not Disney World yet? Why not just do the changes at both parks at the same time? It's kind of a common theme if you've been following the Disney parks for decades, that Disneyland tends to get like the test stuff, like the coolest little intricate features, where Disney World gets all the biggest kind of for sure wins, where Disneyland gets like the test stuff like, this will probably be cool across the board at all the parks, but let's test it at Disneyland first to make sure it works. Then we'll bring it to all the other parks that make the bulk share of our company's money. Just saying. Because if you've been following my channel for any extended period of time, you would know that my home Disney resorts is Walt Disney World. I live in Kentucky, so obviously it's a hell of a lot closer than Disneyland, even though we tend to visit Disneyland once every 2 to 3 years, where we go to Disney World like multiple times per year. So is it annoying, a little frustrating? Yeah. But I get it. It will eventually come to Disney World. I'm hoping. Hopefully it doesn't take years. I'd love to meet Luke Skywalker and Leia at Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. That would be cool. Just saying, man. Just saying. But that's really about it, though. Like I said, I'm excited for this change. Very happy that Disney is doing it. Is it a little bit late? Yes. Is it better late than never? Yes. Is it annoying that they're not bringing it to Disney World yet? Yes. So what I want to know now is, how do y'all feel about it? Are you excited about this change? Would you have rather it stayed the Rey saga forever without any changes at all? Are you one of those Disney fans where you hate change? Or are you excited about this new opportunity to see original characters from the original trilogy get their due diligence from the parks? Let me know in the comment section below, man. So, okay, that's going to wrap it up here. So if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, hit that like button. You can follow me at youtube.com/SmartJack79. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank you guys for the years of support, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later.